Firstly, we need to arrest the decline. That's the first thing. What we are doing in terms of this entirely new shift towards this more structured, explicit way of teaching, it's going to take us 5 years to implement. It is a massive shift for teacher pedagogical practice.
So it'll take 5 years before we start to see any results?
No, I'm hoping we'll start to see, firstly, arrest in the decline. That's can we just can we not have another dot point on the decline chart,
How
please?
rapid is the decline at the moment?
Well, you can go back and look at all of our...
It's every year, step down.
Yeah, it is. It has been.
Now, back in our day, I don't know, but we were held back. Well,
you're old when you say back in my day.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I find myself saying it too.
No, but and I promise not to say that. But in our day,
raising achievement.
But does this require more from teachers?
Look, I've taken a lot from the unions over the last couple of years in terms of teacher workload, and I've said today, I didn't say it in my stand-up. I didn't say it in the speech I gave, and it's not in the material. But what I have said to NZQA, who's our qualifications authority, have said to them, by 2028, when we roll this in, I want you to be in a position where every single assessment, internal, external, is marked by you externally. Take that load off teachers. It's one of the single biggest time sucks for them.
Yeah.
So they,
how are they going to do it?
Sorry?
How will NCEA do it? You need to beef them up.
AI, my friend. They're already doing it. And I'll tell you something. We are one of the world leaders. People don't know this. Even I didn't know this. What we do with our digital assessments, with our literacy and numeracy co-requisite, and so it's mostly digital, and then it's AI marked, most of it, means we can do it quickly.
Wow.
And it's world leading. You know, people in other countries say to me, the ministers, we could only dream of that.
Yeah.
You previously mentioned that AI could be used to grade assessments and to maybe take burden off of teachers. Is this still on the table? One, what's sort of the time frame for this too, and are there any risks posed with that?
Sure. We already use AI to mark our literacy and numeracy co-requisite exams. We're extraordinarily advanced in terms of the rest of the world. So many other countries can't even dream of where we are at the moment. Digital exams, AI marking. We are very careful, and this is some of the risks, of course, that it's not as good as humans. So we are very careful that we moderate everything, and we've actually found AI is as good as, if not better than, human marking. Looking out to 2028, are you confident that we can move to 100% externally marked, internals and externals? And they're confident that they can. There will be, of course, some things that you can't mark, like a science experiment or maybe a music performance. So there'll be, of course, some things that will remain with schools, but for the most part, we're hoping to take the burden and the workload off teachers. And the second thing that makes it so great is the fact that not only is it reduced workload, but you've got a much better moderation. So at the moment, you know, you're twice as likely to get an excellence grade with an internal assessment because it's marked by the teacher, and that inconsistency will be taken away.
So just on AI, how would a student's English essay, for example, be assessed by AI?
Yeah, well, that's what we're working on at the moment and what we'll work towards. We know that at the moment most of our mathematics is already AI marked, and we're finalising and refining what it looks like to mark essays and other pieces of work. This is not till 2029, remember, those first lot of exams. And if you think about the technological advances we've had just in the last couple of years, we've got a long runway, and NZQA are right now gearing up for that because that's what I've tasked them to do.
Is it a bit of a double standard? You're telling students not to use ChatGPT for internals, as it's obviously not their own work, but you're now asking for AI to mark their paper.
It's not a double standard at all. It's a tool to use to take teacher workload off, and I also expect teachers will use AI in the future to help them take workload off things like lesson planning as well. It is a tool. It is not a replacement for the human brain when it comes to showing the knowledge and skill that you have in an exam or an assessment. And it will be a tool, one tool that NZQA will use to help get through all of that marking and have a much better result and a more consistent result. And I would expect that all leading countries, like New Zealand, are using technology to the very best effect.
NCEA external marking is a source of income for many teachers. Putting that onto AI, will that sort of negatively affect the incomes of some teachers?
we'll go through this process. We're only at the very start. It's something I've said to NZQA that I want them to look at and that they're confident they can do. We will now go through this process.